This is Marty Stewart with SeminarSecrets.com. You can hear the complete version of this big seminar interview by going to www.SeminarSecrets.com.
Well, folks, again, I'd like to welcome everyone to the call. We are situated on our end, so we're ready to get rolling. And again, my name is Armand Morin. You're on the Big Seminar Preview Series, and tonight's call is with what I refer to as the viral marketing king, Jimmy D. Brown, and he's going to be talking with us in just a few minutes. But again, many of you know, for the last several weeks, we've been doing these preview calls, talking with literally some of the top marketers in the world. And all these calls have been brought to you by the Big Seminar. And the Big Seminar itself, this has just been a preview series of what's going to be happening in literally just a few short days. March 19th, to be exact, 20th and 21st, we're going to be having the Big Seminar down in Orlando, Florida. Literally, we have just the availability for just a few more people to come into the seminar. I know if you want to stay right close to the seminar, it's even shorter than that because there's only about 10 rooms left or so at the Holiday Inn next to the event. So if you're interested in coming to the seminar, if you've been thinking about it, if you've been looking at it and saying, this may be for me, well, I urge you to do this, is to register your seat tonight to guarantee that you're actually within walking distance of the hotel of where the seminar is, because the hotel where we're at actually is sold out. So we have a hotel right next door to us, the Holiday Inn, which is reserving rooms underneath our code. So you'll get that as soon as you sign up later on this evening. So tonight's call, though, that's my blurb for the evening, but tonight's call is with Jimmy D. Brown, and everyone on the internet, I think, knows who Jimmy is, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about him. When I first got online, I looked at a lot of the people online and saw what they were doing, and one of the people who was out there at around the same time was Jimmy D. Brown, and I bought several of his products over the years. I still buy his products to this day. He gets money from me every month, and the reason is because Jimmy has a unique way of writing. He's a prolific writer. He writes to the point. He writes in a style and in a way that everyone can understand, and he's literally taught thousands upon thousands upon thousands of people all over the internet how to become successful. And his information is wanted. He's created literally a whole empire based around viral marketing. So, Jimmy, most people on the call obviously know who you are and what you do online, but for those of you that maybe not familiar with your story, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started and what business it is that you're focusing on today?
Sure, Armand. I actually got involved with internet marketing as kind of a fluke. I owned a baseball card shop, and one of my customers kept coming in with a lot of great sports cards to trade, and he began to tell me about how he was trading these cards that he didn't want or he didn't need for other cards of value. And he was doing this on the internet, and this was back in '97. So I got my internet connection. I started playing around a bit. It was painfully slow at that time. I had an old Mac, and the best connection I could get was like 14.4. It was so slow that I got frustrated with it because it took so long to do anything. But that's how I got online originally. It was to buy and sell baseball cards. Now back then, spam wasn't really as serious an issue as it is today, and I started getting my share of spam in my email box. And one of the emails I received was for an internet marketing product.
Was it mine?
I think it was yours, but I don't even remember what it was, but it kind of got my mind to thinking about internet marketing. And so I started visiting some search engines, started looking around a little bit, playing around, and I put together this silly little resource package that it had links to a bunch of FFA pages and safe lists and things like that. And I started selling it online. And I had one of those free websites. I didn't have a domain name or anything like that. Didn't have a clue how to do any kind of marketing online. And in fact, I didn't know how to market, period. And so, needless to say, I failed within the first 6 months, and I actually turned off the internet connection and just gave up on the idea completely. But then in late 1999, I decided to give it another shot. I kept hearing that it was working. Everybody was making money. And so this time I was determined to figure out how it all worked and why it worked, and more importantly, how it could work for me. And so I started studying what other people were doing, these other successful marketers, folks like Terry Dean and the Warriors, Ken Evoy, Jim Daniels, those kind of guys. Started looking at what they were doing, what they had in common, how their websites were put together, how their sales letters were written, and what they were selling, what their newsletter was all about, their affiliate programs, and so forth. And so I began to model what they were doing in my own new business that I was putting together. And it was August 2000 when I launched ProfitsVault.com. And by December of that year, just 4 months later, it had already grown to 150,000 hits for the month, and it earned me just over $7,000 in profit for that month. And that wasn't bad for an unknown, inexperienced web marketer.
So that just let me make this clear for everybody. So in August of 2000, and then to December, you went. August, we have September, October, November, and then December. In three to 4 months. During that time, once you set your mind to it, you produced an income in that last month of $7,000.
$7,000. And believe me, that was all the money in the world here in Manila, Arkansas. That was more than I'd made in the previous, 6 months combined. But from there, things just kind of exploded. Since then, I've released more than 50 information products. I've developed software programs. Got involved in personal coaching and speaking at events. I don't speak at a lot of events just because I just don't get out a lot and do that, even though I've been asked a lot. And one of the few that I do speak at is the BigSeminar. So I do that, and I'm probably, I guess, most well known for email marketing and viral marketing. They're kind of my specialty, and I devote a lot of time and energy in studying those, and then passing on what I learned as I teach my customers how to use those tools to build their own businesses, which is what it's all about.
Now, you and I, we've known each other for several years, and you've told me a lot that you're a lazy marketer. Now, considering you've created over 50 products in the past 4 years, you've built, these huge lists. You get tons of traffic to your site, and I see your name every stinking time I turn on the computer. So tell me, it seems to me that you're working overtime, and you're not really a lazy marketer.
Well, I'm lazy in that I like to do things just as automatically as possible. In other words, I like to put things on kind of an autopilot system and basically let it take care of itself and let it grow on itself. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight as we talk about viral marketing. And certainly we're going to go into great detail down at the BigSeminar when I share what I call the auto grow system. And it's really the ultimate completely free advertising tool, in my opinion. And with it, I've been able to grow my business without really a lot of effort on my part. I don't buy advertising, and yet I continue to grow my list, my traffic, sales, and really my business on its own. And I know that sounds too good to be true, but it really is. I haven't bought a single ad in over 3 years, and yet if you look at my list size and my Alexa rankings, I'm getting a lot of action with this system, even though it's completely free. I kind of stumbled upon, as I was tweaking things and experimenting with my online business, I kind of stumbled upon some keys that have allowed me to build this autopilot system that we're going to talk about tonight.
So, well, since you brought it up, let's talk about that for a few minutes. What are the 3 keys to your success? I'm sure a lot of our listeners would like to know, that they can do these things to build their own business.
Sure. In fact, all 3 keys are fairly simple. We'll just go ahead and start with key number 1. And I think key number 1 to building any business online is this, and that is everything you do must work towards list building. Everything you do must work towards list building. It's no big secret that building a list is critical to success in business at any level, and that's especially true of business success online. And yet very few people, even those who are experiencing some success, do this as well as they should. And I'll give you a few examples here. When you write an article that other people are publishing in their newsletters, for example, how do you use your resource box? Now, typically what folks do is they use that resource box to promote some kind of offer or get traffic to a website or promote an affiliate program. And even with a good email capture system in place at a site, the reader of that article may never visit. But if you use your resource box, say, for a part 2 of that article, a continuation of the article, which you set up on an autoresponder, then the reader is likely to request it if they found that content of value in the article that you share, which is going to allow you to build a list. Another example might be this. I go to forums a lot and look around at different people's posts. And when most people post at a forum, they use their link that you put down at the bottom of your post to generally promote an offer or a site. But instead, I think a better use is to use that link there to promote like a free e-course or a free report that's related to the topic of that post. And again, you're able to build a list of targeted contacts. And so we could go on and on here. I mean, when someone buys a product from you, do they begin receiving regular follow-up messages that promote other products and services? We use what we call a customer capture form. After someone downloads or orders a product, they arrive at this site where they input their name and email address before they actually download the product. And that begins to kick off an autoresponder series, which gives them follow-up messages, which ultimately is going to promote different offers that we have. And so, most people don't think about doing that. But I think what you need to do is approach your business where everything you do online works towards getting more subscribers onto your list. And I'm talking about everything. It really needs to be a priority in everything that you do.
So now with a list, so what you're saying is that, obviously everything that we do, we should be building our list. We should be increasing the amount of subscribers, and that gives us what I would refer to as potential income.
Right.
Meaning that, obviously what we do with our autoresponder system and how well we write that and how we cultivate that list will determine our income from that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what's the key number 2?
Well, key number 2, it builds right along that, is this. Everything you do online must work towards cross-promotion. And let me just say that again. Everything you do online must work towards cross-promotion. Now, as your business grows with more lists and more affiliate program offers that you promote, more reprint rights that you might buy, more of these marketing viruses that we're going to talk about today, more free materials, websites, more products, services, more partnerships, more offers, basically, you need to learn how to effectively cross-promote everything that you do. I'll give you kind of an example here to explain the process. Someone arrives at your website. What do? Let's say they request a free e-course that you offer. Well, inside that e-course, of course, you offer a product, and they can potentially order that. Then on your thank you page, they download an unadvertised bonus ebook, and they start getting these follow-up emails that we talked about earlier. And those promote other offers or affiliate programs that you might have or reprint rights that you might have purchased. And then when they get to those sites, they start downloading a different free ebook, or they learn about other products that you offer or other e-courses that you have available, other systems that you might have, or other affiliate programs that you might promote. And then when they get involved in that chain of events, they go to yet another series of different e-courses and e-books and products and referrals and reports, and all these different things cross-promote each other. Now, I know that may sound kind of complicated without seeing like a diagram of the whole thing, but the idea here is to make certain that everything you offer online makes references to everything else that you offer in one way or another, which in turn makes references to other things that you offer, and it continues to this cross-promotion cycle. The perfect situation, Armand, is one in which your marketing continues to be placed in front of your contacts' eyes on a regular basis, and your contacts are ultimately exposed to everything that you offer online.
So what you're doing is you're daisy chaining everything that you have. You're creating this essentially a marketing mesh.
A marketing mesh, or a web, as I call it.
A web is good. I like that.
A web is good. But one of the greatest benefits of setting up this kind of system is this: regardless of how and where a person comes into contact with you and your business, ultimately they're going to be exposed to everything you do online. They may have read a free ebook or one of your e-zine articles somewhere or visited a site, but when you get them into this cross-promoted system, sooner or later they're going to find everything that you have in place, because each portion of your business is going to refer them to yet another portion of it. And so the cycle continues. And, like we said, that's like a mesh or a marketing web. But everything, it fits together strategically to move your contacts from one list to the next, from one offer to the next, from one site to the next, until sooner or later they've had the opportunity to do business with you on every level that you offer. And so I think that's the second key.
Well, so again, like what most people are doing, I know we've all heard this online, where I really don't subscribe to this methodology, but some people talk about a funnel system where you bring people into, let's say, a product or something, and then you bring them into a small product, into a higher end product, into a higher end product, and sooner or later you're selling them a $10,000 coaching program. And that's one methodology, and that works for many people. I don't subscribe to that particular marketing method personally, and I know you don't necessarily do it either, but because you've built this marketing web of products, once they're in your web, it's like a spider. I mean, it's just like a spider's web. They're stuck.
They're stuck. I've had many people email me over the years and say, look, I started out buying one $20 ebook from you, and suddenly I spent $3,000 in $20 and $30 and $50 products over the past 12 months.
So what you're doing, so instead of just trying to get them bigger and bigger products, you're keeping them. You already know, and I think this is an important point for everyone to understand, is that you already know that they are willing to spend, let's say, $30. Okay,
oh, yeah.
And you know, well, why go against the grain? You know that's an easy price for them to pay. So let's just give them other $30 products. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, makes a lot of sense to me. So let's bring up to key number 3, and what's that, Jimmy?
Key number 3 to building a successful business online is this: everything you do must work towards viral growth. Everything you do must work towards viral growth. What I mean by that is you want to set in motion a marketing virus, and we're going to talk about some of that a little bit tonight, that automatically grows your business for you, basically on the strength of other people's efforts and other people's resources, as they basically pass on your message for you without really any further involvement on your part. Now, imagine your business automatically growing larger and more profitable every single day. Imagine your influence, your name, your offers, your business spreading in really ever-widening circles across the Internet. Imagine other people bringing in your subscribers, your sales, and your profits for you. That cycle continuing to spread all over the web until there are hundreds and thousands of folks all growing your business for you. Now, there are very few people who ever experience that kind of viral growth, but it's not because of lack of opportunity. Regardless of who you are or what you're doing online, you can grow your business automatically through viral marketing. But it's going to take you applying this key here that we're talking about to your overall business plan. Everything that you do must work in some way towards growing virally. You'll want to strategically set up ways in each part of your business to spread itself by involving your contacts. And we're going to talk about that tonight as we make our way through it, so I'm not going to talk too much about it right now. But what I want people to understand is viral growth isn't something that you should try from time to time or try to figure out down the road. It's something that needs to be built into everything you do online, whether you're advertising in newsletters, creating joint venture partnerships, using pay-per-click search engines, publishing a newsletter, or any of the dozens of different parts that make up your business. You need to be thinking about viral growth. Viral marketing needs to be a part of it all, a part of everything that you do online. And we'll talk about some things that you can do specifically here in a few minutes. The beauty of these 3 keys that we're talking about here, though, Armand, is this. Each key works in harmony with the other 2. They all work together to maximize the results of the other 2. When you build your list, you have more opportunities to launch these marketing viruses and to cross-promote all your different offers. And when your marketing grows virally, then your list automatically builds, and you're able to do more cross-promotion automatically. Of course, when you cross-promote, your lists build and your marketing viruses grow. So it's all one big funnel, and they all work together in harmony. But I think those keys are critical, and I think the most important key is this of viral marketing, because once you have it in motion, building your list and cross-promoting all your offers.
You have just listened to a portion of this BigSeminar interview. To get the complete version, simply go to www.seminarsecrets.com. Find out how you can attend the next Internet Marketing Big Seminar. And for a very special offer you can't refuse, visit www.seminarsecrets.com.